Hello, my dearest Cancers. How are you this evening? I hope you're having a good time with these energies. This is a once in a lifetime kind of energy with all these planets assembling first after since 2019 in Capricorn, in Aquarius, and the conjunction in Aquarius of Jupiter and Saturn that happened on the 21st, and now the stellium that happens, which means an assembly of planets, more than 3 planets. There are actually 6 now. There are going to be 7 with the moon, then 11th and 12th of February on the new moon. It's going to be also in Aquarius. And it's gonna show you, these energies are gonna show you over the next year how things are gonna move out with these energies and what you can do with them. So pay attention, especially if you're Cancer rising, but you can also see your sun and moon sign. So the stellium is happening in your 8th house, and your 8th house has a lot to do with birth, rebirth, death, sex, transformation, mysteries, merged energies, and bonding of relationships in a very deepest level, in a very deep level. The 8th house also rules people's property and money, real estate, inheritances, investments, other people's money, alimonies, taxes, loans, and our partner's income also. And this whole energy, these whole planets that are there. There's Venus, the Sun, Mercury, who is retrograde, so it has to do. You have to be a little bit careful with making notes out of everything so that you can forget it, being mindful not to misunderstand everyone and have big fights with everyone. And you may also find it very difficult to concentrate with Mercury retrograde here in Aquarius, because it's the air, the air element, and it's very powerful with all these planets. The Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, of course, and the Athena Pallas is also there. She's the goddess of strategy and needs to have to strategize everything. And during the Aquarius era, because with all this wind, some plans may never come to happen in reality, and we may forget them or leave them behind, or just scatter our minds and our plans and everything in the air. So it needs to be a little bit careful with that and make a detailed planning of everything that you want to do, not just now for February, but for the next 20 years or something. Okay, so these all planets are squaring Uranus and Mars, and Lilith is there in your 11th house from Taurus. And these energies of the square, then they're just not going to leave you alone. They're gonna move you and steer you and take you to do things concerning these 2 planets that are going to be very essential over the next years. So the 11th house has to do a lot with teams, friendships, groups, society, technology, video and electronic media, networking, social justice, rebellion and humanitarian causes, originality, eccentricity, sudden events, surprises, invention, astronomy, astrology, science fiction, and all things of the future. It also has to do with our dreams and wishes for the future. So dream big, and so that you can make things happen in the future. And it also has supportive people, older siblings, and people and gains from all these that are mentioned from the 11th house, which is very activated because it's the Aquarian house also. So be mindful and find something to do with these elements. And the 8th house, who has to do with all the things, the mysteries, the metaphysics, the merge energies, with profound energies and investments, other people's money. If you're like an investor or something, just keep in mind that you can combine that with massive networking and media and new things, futuristic things, science fiction and dreaming. And I don't know how these things are going to be combined, but I think the energies are gonna move you and push you to certain directions, and you may already had this direction in your mind, but now the energies are going to be so powerful that after the 20th 21st, when Mercury turns direct, all the action will start happening, and things that are brewing, in secretly, because all the planets now are invisible, and Saturn and Mercury and Jupiter, they're all invisible, Venus too, and so only Mars is visible in the sky. He's the ruler of the skies right now, Mars, and he's in your 11th house there, making things with Uranus, like a lot of surprises and expansion and action of all this networking and gains out of it. So, you may be very much interested in metaphysics also, Now with the Mercury retrograde, a lot of return of a lot of people may happen, that from your past, and you may have to decide what to do with them. Be mindful, making plans. You may have also a lot of inspiration and a lot of ideas. So write them all down, so that after the 21st, when Mercury turns direct, and around this time at the end of the month, Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn are going to be visible again in the sky, and all things and projects are going to run again and be active again. And all these things that are planning now are going to be able to put into action. On the 18th, the Sun is entering Pisces in your 9th house, and Venus is going to follow also on the 25th in the 9th house, bringing a lot of help and beauty and light in everything that has to do with this house. This house has to do with traveling, long distance traveling, foreign languages and cultures, religion, export, import, expansion, inspiration, optimism, publishing and writing, broadcasting, universities, higher education, luck, risk, adventure, gambling, religion, philosophy, and all these topics are a matter of the 9th house, and they're going to be there's going to be a lot of light there. On the 19th, Venus is in square with Mars, and on the 17th, Saturn and Uranus are on square. So air and Earth, because they are in Earth and air signs, and they are squaring. This is a very, explosive situation there in energy. Be mindful of that, of not picking fights and break things with people that you may want and need in your life. And but if you want to pick a fight, like a week before, every week afterwards, just make your best out of it. And on the 27th, there's a full moon in Virgo in your third house. And the third house also has to do a lot with communication. This is a Mercurian house, and it has to do with gadgets, devices, cell phones, and pagers, cars, and trade and self-made wealth and skills of the hands, and any kind of skills that you may have. It has to do with a lot of information, with emailing, communication with social media and stuff, and be mindful there. And because a lot of action is going to be happening there also, and something is going to be completed there, like a project that you had started there. Vehicles are ruled by the third house also, and all sorts of gadgets. You may buy something new, or you have to fix something new, because with the retrograde Mercury, something may break, Yeah, keep in mind for when the third house, the Mercurian house, is activated, be mindful of small accidents with your hands or with your feet, like, be mindful even in the house. It has to do with siblings, this house also. Something may happen with a sibling, like a partnership or something that is going to be calmly completed there. So let's see how these energies are going to be manifested in our 3D reality. And we have the Magician there, which is all about money, investments, and professional work. The Queen of Wands there. There's a love interest for some of you there. A Leoness or Aries lady or Sagittarius. Interested in new cooperations with people, and something material work that needs skills also, and working with other people here. Death here, it has to do with Scorpio energies, and if you want to have a Scorpio in your life, you may cooperate with him or end a cooperation with a person at the end of a relationship, I see, also for some. And the Ten of Pentacles talks about completion in action concerning money, investments. There's something that goes very well with money and material wealth in general. You see the card here. And the Two of Wands at the end of your cards talks about new possibilities, new opportunities, decisions that have to be made, but you own this kind of, balancing things and making some sort of decision, what I'm going to do next, you own this place and what to do with this, the Two of Wands. It's not like it's like very challenging. Let's see what the Magician brings there. The Magician brings justice. You may have some legal issues to take care of, and they're going to be there is going to be balance. There's going to be a completion there with something that you may be justified for a decision you had made in the past also, and you're going to be very satisfied, and you're going to be here in a meditative state, like be in your own space for a while and not communicating with a lot of people because you want to make some planning and to bring this equilibrium and everything in your mostly professional matters here. The Queen of Wands. Let's see what the Queen of Wands brings. You know, the Queen of Wands. What's the Queen of Wands there? The Ten of Pentacles, like a great success with a lady for some gentlemen. Either it's professional or personal. It's a completion of a relationship. Yeah, this is an independent lady, and she has her own world, like, in order. For some ladies out there, if you are a Cancer lady, you have your own way, and you're gonna be you're independent and successful, and there is additional gains also for you. And you are if you are a Cancer gentleman, a lady, or with that is very grounded, it has a lot of control of her world and is independent and successful in her own way, and in whatever she does, you know, you're gonna have a very good relationship with her. In cooperations, you have success. The Chariot here promises triumph, promises success, and fast things happening. The Queen of Cups, it has to do with you. This is Cancer energy also, and a woman is also involved here, like a love interest from some gentleman or some ladies of Cancerian energies. For you Cancers, you're gonna have a lot of success, and maybe also be in love with a new person that appears in the horizon there, with the Chariot here. And for the Death, the Lovers, and the Five of Swords. This is probably the end of an affair, of a cooperation, or this is a love relationship for some Cancers. It has to a Scorpio here, and the Five of Swords. It also has to do, if it's not a separation, it is like you're in a relationship and with a Scorpio person, and he's hiding things from you. He's not exactly honest with you. You may have some really tough conversation with this person, you know, during February, at the middle, like around the 20th, you know. Just be mindful that with all these air energies, like the words are very sharp. We are talking very sharp. We can be a little bit blunt. Be mindful of these energies. On the 10 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Sun, I think that you leave behind, with this success, you leave behind and you heal for good some trauma and karma that had to do with bad luck and lack of money and lack of wealth, you know. Now you're established and you heal certain memories of you that you may have like a child or in childhood, and you might have felt that you had to deal with a lot of poverty, and you leave that behind, and you are now successful, and this side of you is healed for good, or is healing, you know. You are in this process right now. Yeah, the 3rd house also has to do with that kind of elements, and with the 8th house, like transforming your life and leaving this kind of energies behind that no longer serve you in anything. On the Two of Wands, the decision making, process here, be mindful, because there's like a Knight of Pentacles here that is not exactly sincere. You see, this is the Seven of Swords. This is the card of the Thief. Someone is not telling you the entire truth. Someone may try to steal you also of money, and in some way, and the Knight of Pentacles has to do with the elements of Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, but it's like there's a person that is not moving very fast, and he's not honest with you, the very least. I mean, he may even have some intentions that are not honest, and he's not a faithful friend for sure. So be mindful of this energy. You're gonna see it by the end of the month, around this full moon. I think there in the third house, which also has to do with siblings and some friendships on a cooperative level. Someone that is also friend or co-worker as well. You may find out and see that he's not so truthful to you, Be mindful of this energy. Around the 27th of the full moon will show some light in some people that are not exactly fine with you and direct or honest. So let's see some more advisory cards for Cancers. Sun, Moon, or Rising Star for Ascendant. Let's see, Cancers. Appreciation. Be appreciative of what you have, because this is how you will attract more into your life. There is an envy. There are envious people around you. Probably it's this energy again that appears here also, Walking away, you may decide to walk away from something. And yin and yang, that's a very good energy, like equilibrium is coming for you inside of you. Once you step away and walk away from envious people and ungratefully perhaps people, you may find more balance in yourself, The seventh chakra here, and Archangel Uriel says that you should pay attention to the inspiration. The seventh chakra is the crown chakra, which is on the top of our head, and it's like the direct communication channel with God, with divine inspiration and information that comes from the universe, from the Akashic records, are coming through the seventh chakra into our consciousness. So you're gonna have I think by the end of the month, you're gonna have a much more better connection with this chakra, and you're gonna see that a lot of out of nowhere information is going to come your way, and it's going to bring you new ideas that perhaps they're out of this world, somehow. So these are about the energies for the rest of February. Be mindful. These are very heavy energies that are going to follow you the rest of the year. the conjunction on the 21st of December also happened there in your 8th house. So there's going to be a massive transformation of yourself and your life throughout the next 2 years. That Jupiter is going to be there for a year, and Saturn is going to be also there for the next 2 years, and Saturn is going to take care of transforming your life, especially if you're Cancer rising. But anyway, there's a lot of transformative energy in your life, I think, Cancer. So see you next month. Bye bye.